So I've actually had a couple instances where I've had to minister to people in their time of bereavement on set.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
but understanding that God places you in those situations because He knows that you will be His messenger to give hope and encouragement and comfort in that time of loss.
Yeah.
But growing up, like I have a huge family.
Yeah.
And so my great grandmother, she lived to be 109 years old. And she had 13 kids.
Oh, wow.
And so, they all, the oldest, he was 98 when he passed. So it's kind of like, I've experienced a lot of death from a young age. But the comfort is in knowing that they're with God.
Exactly.
And so that's what my parents were always like, you may miss your we called her Big Mama. Mi abuela.
Yeah,
See, I'm a Big Mama.
Big Mama also. That's right.
But it does hurt when someone is gone because they're not, but you have the memories. Tienen las memorias, the good times that you had with that person. Let that serve as a celebration of their life rather than just focusing on them being gone. Focus on the times that you had with them.
Honestly, I've never been, like, my parents have never spoken to me about death or like, hey, if one of us passes away, like, you have to, be strong and grieve and.
Or you only hear be strong.
Yeah.
There's a grieving process.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like tons and tons of resources on the grieving process.
Yeah. So I think maybe just to speak with them and just say, like, we're human, we're not eternal. Our days here on earth are gonna end, but always have in mind that, our goal is to, be in heaven, and also if we have someone that passes away from our family, just remember the good moments and just the legacy that they had here on earth. And it's a difficult. I've actually personally, I really haven't thought about it too much, but it is now that you're saying it, it's something that I need to think about.
I grew up in Salta, in the north of Argentina, and in those days, the kids were free to go do their shopping. My mom would send me to the store to do shopping. So every Saturday, my mom will send me, during summertime, during the week, she will send me to, go to the corner or around the corner to buy the meat, the vegetables, everything, right? I will go with my bag, walking, and suddenly I will see some kind of a service for somebody that passed away. Because it's, you don't see it here now because they have these houses where they do the service.
And you saw it
in those days,
procession, right? Like outside of the streets?
No, in their houses, but you see the cars and the black ribbon and all the things that they put for that time. And everybody used to wear black in those days. So the services used to be in the house, so they will have the casket in the house, and that person and everybody will come, and over there is 48 hours that they bring the person, and everybody's there for 48 hours. Because I was facing where life is, going to see babies being born and celebrating with people. So and so had a baby, and at the same time I went to see how a day ends physically.
When I lost my father, I fell apart. My father was everything to me. He taught me how to talk, how to play the guitar. He was my father. And I was here, in the States, far from him, so I didn't even see him die. And so the first view of him that I had was him in a casket in church. And I had to put a coat on straight from the airport, in the car basically, I'm changing, to go, I'm like 28. So it's not like I was like a 40-year-old man, kind of like, hey, I'm cool. I was so young, and I had to go to this church with like 500 people, and his body was in the middle of the church. And I had to kind of like walk by him. I hadn't seen him in 20 years, and go and do the eulogy. So, I mean, can you imagine the trauma, even though I wasn't 10, but so after that, not having the talk, we talk about the sex talk, I hadn't had the death talk, I fell apart. And it wasn't until my mother-in-law came and said, David, you should join a grief support group. And I went for 12 weeks with this amazing woman. And by the way, I want to give a shout out to Mark Leonard and to my friends at New Hope Christian Counseling. Now, if you are dealing with grief, if you're dealing, because we don't want to just kind of like pass over these topics. Grieving is a huge thing. And so you may want to go to newhope.com and check out a local great place where they can help you through these things. So anyway, so I went and it really helped me to understand the stages of grief: denial, shock, hate, anger, and then to understand how to bring that person back into your life through memories and through thoughts and through celebration.